Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
What's up, YouTube? It's NG, the Neon X, and I'm back. Today I'm into Surface Duo 2. Well, I guess the original Duo as well. I just don't have it on me today. This is kind of an impromptu vid discussing Android 12L update for the Surface Duos. It's not good. It's not good. And I'm not saying that to say, oh, it's a complete wreck, but Duo owners were very expectant of this update, you know, to fix all of the bugs and issues, or at least rectify most of them that have plagued the devices for, hell, since the original Duo came out. The Duo is known for its bugs, and that's pretty much why the device isn't as mainstream as it could be. Because though the hardware is magnificent, there's no arguing that point. The software has been the point of much conjecture. Is that the term? The software has been the focus of a lot of discontent, simply because it doesn't work how the users want it to work. Things just don't move or adjust or indicate how the user expects it to do those things. And if you use the Duos as your main device, you really don't want to miss calls or text or have things not let you know what's going on. So many little things. Anyway, 12L was hopefully supposed to address all of that, all the while also giving us a more tablet-like experience. Now, I put out a video not too long ago. I call it 12 Little Things, and it really was a collection of little things I found on my Duo 2 as I used Android 12L for those first 2 weeks. Now, when I made this video, I wasn't aware that the issues that I found were so widespread amongst the other Duo owners. Not to say I thought they were unique to me, I just didn't think it was as big of a deal as I later found out it was. So, one of the main things, well, let's start with my two main issues: the clock and the power. You cannot trust the Duo to keep time for you anymore. Now, yes, I do have a watch. I do have other phones pretty much all of the time. I'm a 2 to 3 phone a day guy. It's just how I use things. Here's my S22 Ultra. I have my original Fold doing the recording. So I have devices on me to keep time. But the Duo, though I consider it a secondary device, is my primary device when I'm not communicating, if you understand what that means. I use it very much like a mini laptop or a tablet. It's just so useful and handy with the different postures it can do. To pull out this when I want to do pretty much anything just works fine for me. Whereas I'll use the S22 Ultra when, you know, it's a quick call or I need to respond to a text. No, not so much an email. I still use the Duo for the emails. But yeah, both phones have their own purposes. But the Duo is the one I tend to watch stuff on more. The one I tend to go on social media with more, things along those lines. And when you are being drawn down those rabbit holes, so to speak, you know, once you check on one thing, you automatically get sent somewhere else, and if it's of interest, so the rabbit hole goes and you follow. But all while doing this, you need to remain aware of what's going on around you and the time, and be responsible for what you need to get done at what time you need to get it done. And the Duo can no longer be trusted to keep you on time. I have been late or almost late for my runs. As I've said before, I drive a bus, and between runs you might have 8 to 12 minutes. And if I choose to use that time, I don't know, to check some emails, to write down some ideas, to add to whatever story or character I might be trying to write about, or hell, write down concepts for my next YouTube video. These things can take time, and if you don't keep yourself aware of the time will escape you. Now, being that I do all of this on the Duo, when these things do occur, I would always look in the top corner of the Duo, and just like that, it would tell me the time, and I would, all right, I got 3 minutes, 4 minutes, you know, I need to get ready to pull out. But it has happened on more than one occasion. The Duo has stopped keeping time, at least in the little top clock in the corner, which is a clock you most often look at because it's right there, and whatever you are doing, you have the time right in the top to let you know, hey, time is counting down. Let's hurry this up, and we'll continue later. Something so small that pretty much I didn't realize could be an issue has become a bane to me. Because though I do have the watch and all of that, the watch is relatively new as far as for my use, and I don't have the always on screen going, so I gotta twist the watch and what have you. When I'm holding the phone in my hand, the watch isn't facing me, but I would just use the phone to let me know. Now, just yesterday, the phone was hours behind what the original time was. It refused to adjust the time until I turned off the phone and turned it back on, and then it reset. And a few minutes later, it was doing the same thing. A minute behind, 2 minutes behind, and then it caught up. It's crazy that, you know, of all the things to go wrong, the inner clock can no longer keep time. You would think that when Microsoft did the testing for the device, this would have been something that popped up, because though I thought, you know, it was not necessarily unique to me, like I said, but I thought maybe a small number of us were having this bug and it will be fixed out. Apparently, it's a very big thing. Check the forums and check on Reddit. A lot of people are complaining about this. This one guy said he almost missed his train. Another one, his flight. And you got to ask yourself, how did Microsoft let this happen? Such an important feature to the device that you don't even realize is as important as it is till it's not working properly. Just bugged out. I mean, it's crazy that Microsoft would release this update with such a huge glaring flaw in the update. Now, the other one, at least for me, the power. In the same video that I released, actually, let me check the time right now. Note I gotta check my watch. I can't check the phone. In the same video that I released, I showed you how sometimes when I plug in the device, it just does not charge. Now, it's been doing that more often. I was using the device yesterday. I had a maybe 30-minute break, not remembering that, make sure that the device does its little buzz when you plug it in, and check the indicator to make sure it's charging. I plugged in the device and put it down. 15 minutes in, I went to see what percentage it was at. But I think when I plugged it up, it was at like 14%. Yes, the Duo does not last long with the type of stuff that I do. And when I went back to it, it was at 10%. And it would plug in for the past 15-20 minutes, something like that. Why? I didn't remember. Oh yeah, it doesn't always charge when you plug it in. So of course I know how to fix the issue. You reset the device, you plug it up, and sure enough, it charged. So it got its last like 20 minutes of charge. It got me up to 33%, and that was good enough to get me through the rest of my day. It was another 3 hours, or 3 hours, yeah, around 3 hours. But that is a big issue to me. I shouldn't have to reset my phone to charge it. And it's not even reset. I mean, you really gotta. I have plugged in the phone when it was turned off, and it didn't charge. So it's like somehow the software has to tell the phone, hey, there's a plug in your USB-C port. We need you to activate charging battery. The phone, it was actually turned off at a point, and it didn't recognize the plug to charge the device. Crazy stuff. Now, Microsoft really needs to get on the ball with this. I love Microsoft. I love what they've done. I'm a big fan of Windows Phone and Continuum and the Surface line. All of their devices have really caught my eye because they have a unique take on technology, on hardware. But the funny thing is, before they got into hardware, they did software. So you would think that this merger would be easier for them, but they just can't seem to get the Duo right. And yes, the Duo is not Microsoft software, it's Google. So it's their take on what Android could be on this device. And I get they are not really, the best company when it comes to that. They haven't been doing it that long, like Samsung and all that. All these other Android companies pretty much have years of experience. But I wouldn't think that it would be that hard for them to get the software on the Duo right when it's the only Android device you have to think about, and you have teams dedicated to this. It just doesn't make any sense that the Duo has turned out the way it has, even with this amazingly robust update. So many new features added. A lot of those features don't work as advertised, and it's a shame. Scary if literal. Pretty much one of the top guys when it comes to talking about the Duo on YouTube and Reddit and all of that. He was actually so frustrated with the device, or at least with the update, he said he's taking his SIM card out of the device. Now, I'm not going to do that because, like I said, my device isn't my primary device. It's a secondary device, and I use it more as a tablet than as a phone. But I can see, if you use it as your primary device, how it would be it would be in your best interest to put it to the side till this is fixed, because a lot of those issues that the phone has will affect your daily life or your daily mobile life. It's just not the smartest move to use the Duo 2, or at least use a Duo with Android 12L, because my original Duo still hasn't got the update, and when it comes, I'm not putting it on it. It's just not the smartest move to use the Duo or any of the Duos with Android 12L as your primary right now. Too many things can go wrong. Too many questionable issues just pop up randomly. And it wasn't like this before. I could honestly say that the phone was better on Android 11 than it is on this supposedly, or supposed to be better, Android 12L. Now, maybe there's a way to reverse the updates and go back to Android 11, so you can have that, more the experience that we became used to, that we all enjoyed for what it was. But as it stands right now, Android 12L is just not ready for everyday use. You just can't trust it to keep you aware of what you are doing in your daily life. Things just won't work properly in so many cases, and it's bothersome, and it hurts kind of, because you really want this device to make it. You want it to be in the mainstream. You want, when you show something, when you're doing something, it to work as you need it to work. And right now, it just doesn't do that. So, Microsoft, I doubt you watch me. I'm quite a small channel, but from me, and I'm sure every other Duo owner out there, please get behind these issues. Push out an update to 12L to at least attempt to fix many of the main issues that we as Duo owners are going through. We love the device and we want the device to thrive, but as it stands now, if you use it as your primary, the device is almost unusable because you cannot trust it. And trust is a big thing. You need to trust your device. It's your lifeline to so many other aspects of your life. And if it cannot connect to those other aspects of your life, the device just can't be used. Anywho's it. With that said, my name is NG, the NeonX, and just giving my opinion on the state of Android 12L on the Surface Duos. This is what I'm into.